Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Sitting in silence, I imagine a warm, gentle light surrounding me. I could feel a sweet and pure light at the center of my forehead. In this awareness, I connect with the source of pure love and power. I know that as long as I stay in this awareness of who I am, I could easily connect to that highest source of divine love. This light is the essence of divine nourishment, a source of love, energy, and peace. As I breathe in, I visualize this divine light filling me with warmth and comfort. With each inhale, I feel this nourishment spreading through my chest, my arms, my legs, and entire body. I allow myself to be completely enveloped in this loving, nurturing energy. As I breathe out, I release the tension, stress, negativity I have been holding on. I see them all melt away, carried off by the exhale, leaving me feeling lighter and more at ease. I focus my attention on my heart center, the place where my inner light shines the brightest. I see this center as a radiant, glowing source of divine nourishment. As I take to heart this nourishing, pure love and peace, I could feel this love enveloping me with waves of love and energy. Silently, I affirm to myself, I am nourished by this divine energy within and around me. I am filled with love, peace, and power. As you continue to breathe deeply, I see and feel myself connect more deeply with this divine source. I feel its unlimited support and guidance, knowing that it is always available to me and providing everything that I need. I visualize this divine nourishment extending beyond your physical body, creating a protective and nurturing aura around me. See it flowing into my mind, calming my mind, and bringing clarity and focus. I visualize this divine light flowing toward a challenging aspect of my life at the moment, and I could feel the divine light filling it with positive energy and transforming it in the best possible way. I fully express my gratitude for this divine nourishment, acknowledging its presence in my life and the countless ways it supports me every day. Heartfelt gratitude fills my heart and expand outward, knowing that the more I appreciate this divine energy, the more abundant it becomes in my life. Slowly, I bring my awareness back to the present moment, and I continue to savor that sweet experience. I take a moment to sit quietly and absorb the peaceful, nourished state that I am in. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti and greetings of peace to everyone who's with us right now. Over there at Facebook, I'm sure there are a number of them. And of course, the viewer that we have from Zoom and our own very own people who are here right now at the inner space. Maayong hapon sa atong tanan. Good afternoon to everyone, and it will be a beautiful afternoon for all of us today. And we have a very beautiful topic right now, which is my divine nourishment. I guess for Philippines, we are aware that we have this month as Nutrition Month, and we also wish to have not just a nutrition month, which is focused on the physical, but we believe that there is the spiritual nourishment. This is what we have to have this afternoon. And I'm sure everyone is interested exactly what this would be, the divine nourishment. And from what we had earlier in our initial meditation commentary, which was really so smooth and very well delivered, very meaningfully said, that the divine nourishment is something that is just within and around us. So, to anchor our program this afternoon, I would like to call on our very own Miss Tansy Villa, or Sister Tansy. Can we have you now, Sister Tansy?
Here I am, Sister Ellen. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters in cyberspace. And every Saturday afternoon is an exciting affair for each of us in inner space because we meet one another. Some of us physically, the others, the rest of us in cyberspace. So here we are this afternoon. We shall speak about my divine nourishment. And one of the most well-nourished people I know around is with us this afternoon, Brother Juna. Brother, I just said you're one of the most well-nourished people I know because it is true.
Well, thank you, Tansy. Good afternoon to everyone.
Brother,
Yes.
let me tell our brothers and sisters out there that you really are not only well-nourished, but you also nourish people, both those near you and those from afar, because You are CEO of ProStep, a very nourishing and well-nourished enterprise because feeds not only the body, but also the soul. And welcome to our program this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you, Pansy. Yes. Um, the the topic is very challenging. The word itself, divine or divinity, it's really very you know challenging. And divinity or most of the time we lose or divinity. And yeah, probably every hour, every minute, every day, we lose and gain and lose again our divinity. Um, it's a word that is normally used when we talk about witness of things, witness of the word. And yes,
Fullness,
that's right.
power,
Everything that we attach to the word is always good and godly. And it's just that because of the pressure of the world, we lose this very beautiful gift from God. So when we lose our divinity, we lose our spirituality, we lose our purity, and most of the time at thought level, it's quite easy to notice if we have divinity at the physical level, but you know, when we talk of divinity at thought level, we got to notice it. But it's one stage in life that everybody should aspire and be inspired of. And it's just quite hard. Hard. Really hard because of the challenges of the people around us, the things around us, the physical things around us. So that's why if you're not aware and you're not conscious of it, we lose it. It's very difficult to begin it. So first thing in the morning, if we are really aware and conscious of divinity, and we'd like to work on it the whole day, we have really to watch every move, every thought that we have, every action that we do. And it's really quite challenging, right?
very challenging, brother.
Uh, when we engage ourselves in sort of marites, we lose our divinity, we lose our purity, a thought level or physical level or spiritual level. We all lose this. No?
True.
And, since we are the human side of us, then most of the time we forget the being side of us, the spiritual side of us. Then we are basically prone to losing our divinity by the influence of the world, through influence of people around us, through the influence of the things around us, we lose our divinity.
And when we lose it, we lose a lot.
A lot, a lot. The word divinity is really closer to God's blessing. That's why you know, we cannot afford to lose it because we lose God's blessing. Because this is the word divinity or the action, the divine action that we do is very close to God's action also. And blessings. So we have to be very, very careful, not allowing to lose our divinity. I know it's hard, no? I know it's hard to maintain it. But at least we make effort every day to maintain it. And if we lose it, we make effort also to regain it, to recover it.
Our times are difficult times, Brother June.
Very difficult, yes. You're correct. Absolutely, yes.
We just got out of this truly, truly hot
Yeah,
atmosphere,
that's right.
physically hot.
Mhm, mhm.
And now the rains have begun to come.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
we have not prepared ourselves for it. There are many,
Even we
many.
know that rainy season is coming.
Yes.
Mhm.
There have been many accidents because
right.
of the intermittent weather.
Mhm.
But truly, I think it is part of losing that divine spark in us,
Yes.
which led
Sure.
us to this. So we will have to continue really making the most out of the nourishment
That's right.
that our Father, our divine Father, really
Well,
showers us with so generously.
the reason for this uh, okay, is what is happening to the world, especially all the with the weather that we have, the bad weathers, the storms and
Oh, yes.
floodings, because the world itself lost its purity, lost its divinity, and that's right. That's why it's suffering right now.
Now, Brother June, one of our brothers has just joined us in Zoom.
Yeah.
Brother Duncan Coleman, out there in Barili,
Oh,
right
welcome.
across Mount. Hello there, brother. Where is Sister Inday?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you
Jack.
for
Nice to see you.
inviting.
Yeah.
Yes, this weekend is the 69th anniversary of her parents.
Oh,
Wedding anniversary. Yeah.
So, so yesterday and today has been a day of simple celebrations for them. So she's not here. Last year they had their celebrations here at the cafe, but this year it's down in their house. So,
but
yeah.
she's in Facebook.
Probably, if she's tuned in right now, she's probably watching on Facebook.
She's watching,
yes.
says Sister Ellen. And
Oh, very good.
Brother Duncan, let me tell our new companions in cyberspace that you are a Filipino at heart, but an Australian by nationality. You've been with us for quite some time, and
have.
you have been a practitioner of Raja Yoga for quite a number of years now. And you run Sugar Cafe Barista in Barili, Cebu, and you will welcome us next week on the 21st of July
And
to a
That's
grand opening, and
Well,
everyone will be welcome there.
well, it'll be a grand adventure to get here and a simple opening, just to clarify. 'Cause we're we're a little bit remote, so there's half a kilometer of a rough road to make the effort to get to where we are. But yeah, we're using the opportunity to create a payag that is dedicated to quiet contemplation, and it'll be in the garden of the Sugars Cafe complex. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
And from there, we shall see Mount Canlaon that has just recovered from a tantrum.
Yes, well, this time of the year, it's often covered in clouds, but we have a very clear view of morning and evening. So before sunset, it usually reappears.
We
So
hope to
that's
see a peak of it, of its peak.
indeed.
Yes. And so we look forward to that, brother.
I
And
look forward to you all here. It'd be wonderful.
during that simple celebration, you say simple, we shall be nourished because we shall certainly be in the atmosphere of receiving nourishment from our Divine Father, the nourisher of us all.
Well, that's really the focus. That's right. And when people come together, especially through an interest in things that are beneficial for our well-being, then I think there's always benefit for everyone. And of course, if we then have that focus on the divine in whatever form that takes for different people, then that can only be a good thing as well. And it's interesting. The topic today is divine nourishment, because there's one is obviously about the spiritual, and the other is a very practical, essential, often very physical requirement. And today I was thinking, well, I've really taken the day off from what is otherwise a fairly physical series of activities here, and the family went to the beach celebrating, so I decided to go along and have a swim, and and sometimes not doing certain things and getting some change or relaxation, that's a very important form of nourishment.
Indeed, indeed. And when now I know that right now it is, but when when you do open your Peace Hub next week, that will be another source of nourishment for everyone who wants to take advantage of the opportunity, those very close to you there. And every so often, we from down here in the hot city of Cebu will also want to go there and get nourished with you.
It's a work in progress, because we're having a groundbreaking ceremony. The actual structure is not yet up, but everyone will be able to see the space and the garden environment that it will emerge from, and so that's exciting. But yes, the natural environment is a great source of nourishment
Oh, the
for the
trees, the trees around you, and of course, the birds that go along with the trees. They might
indeed.
just be they are there. And every so often or more regularly, oh, the barking of your pet dogs around.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about it some more?
Did you have a question particularly that you're focusing on, or you just the topic itself,
Mhm.
you mean?
Yes.
I
Nourishment,
mean,
divine nourishment.
I think that that it's often June mentioned it before about the problems that exist in the world or in our own selves. We become affected by things that aren't nourishing, things that take energy from us, and that's either mentally or physically. Um, but perhaps a lot of people in the world don't often attribute what happens in their lives to a lack of spiritual dimension or a lack of spiritual power or energy. Um, but I think it's a growing movement in the world that many people from different walks of life, different cultural backgrounds, are doing what they can in their lives to reconnect with something that they feel is divine or spiritual or that's beyond the humdrum or the mundane, in which to get power every day. And yeah, so I've just finished recording a book for an Australian fellow who does trauma rehabilitation for people who call upon his help, and he calls himself a shaman, and he's very spiritually minded, but it's a totally different focus to say a traditional religious focus, and or even a modern day, a contemporary sort of meditation or that sort of focus. And he does it through all this indigenous folklore, um, healing practices that come from either Native Americans, which is quite well known, and Sweat Lodge and that sort of thing, um, and also Indigenous Australians. So he's had different teachers, and he's had a variety of experiences, and to the point where he feels he became empowered to be a healer in that dimension, a spiritual dimension, and therefore shaman. And of course, it's a very out there. It's a very unconventional um, approach and style, but very interesting too, because he's had a lot of success with people who've really needed it, whose lives have been totally off track with either substance misuse or trauma, the effects of trauma in their lives that they weren't able to get over. So there's an aspect of divine nourishment that has been most unusual for me to learn about recently. I haven't. It's not an unfamiliar subject to me, but it's not one that I've personally focused on at all in my own life.
Let's talk about it some more after we listen to 1 minute of Golden Drops.
Our beautiful world.
Mm.
feels soft, gentle. Natural, connected. Embracing. Smells sweetly fragrant, enticing. Endless variety, drawing me, inviting me into an experience. Our beautiful world. Sounds light, airy, like the breeze whispering, calling, soft ringing of bells. Part of a harmonic whole.
Dear Brother Duncan,
Yes. Now, that
we
golden
do.
drop had a lot of choice words, didn't it?
Yes.
That in themselves, just thinking about them, are very nourishing. And the feeling.
True. Brother June,
Yes, sister.
we look forward to being with Brother Duncan next week.
Yeah, 21st.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll see you direct from the airport, I think.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, together with Sister Ellen.
Because you will also have a week of nourishment out there with the family.
Yeah.
It's your birthday coming up, isn't it, June?
Mm-hmm.
Birthday celebration.
2 birthdays coming up.
1 month, 4 birthdays,
Four
2
birthdays, one.
grandchildren, and 2
Mhm.
grandparents.
Very
That
good.
this is a month of birthdays for your family, so
That's right. Yeah.
it is a very nourishing month
Yeah.
physically.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
So, did you notice the feathers that were part of the golden drops?
Yeah, it's a new one for me because I
Yeah.
seldom see that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Actually, they say, the old folks say, when you are in a turmoil, physically or psychologically, sometimes our Father will deliver a message to you through the coming of a feather from just nowhere. No? That is a very slight reminder that you are not alone. Someone out there is looking out for you. And that light touch of a feather, probably it won't touch you physically, but the fact that you see it is a reminder that there is a tender part of the universe that is looking after you, nourishing you,
And if you didn't notice it at all because you are in a big problematic situation, then be reminded. Sometimes it comes in the form of a cloud or a whisper from the wind. These are little reminders that we really are not in a vacuum in our universe, that there is someone looking after us, and it is up to us to open our spiritual eyes wide to imbibe the beauty and the love that is in this wide, seemingly empty space, but is actually full of elements that should nourish our spirits. And if we feel low, we just have to go into ourselves, look in, so that we can look up, because someone out there is looking at us, holding us in his arms, and giving us the love that will nourish a downtrodden spirit any time of the day or night.
There was a word in that golden drop which was connected, and it had the image of the child hugging the very big tree trunk in the forest. And you know, we often attribute to being connected with nature as a form of nourishment, and of course it is, if that's something that resonates for us. I think a lot of souls in the world feel disconnected from the world in general, though, in terms of even though people are, you know, living close together and out of necessity for, you know, working and doing things, but sometimes there's that disconnect, you know. And I think it's just a reflection of what happens within our inner world, you know. And so being connected to the divine in some way, that's really that's the question, isn't it? It's like, how do I get connected? How do I get that nourishment? You know? And June, you mentioned it before, you know, it's like the power has gone out. The power has gone out of the individual, you know, generally speaking, you know, and the world seems chaotic and fractured. I came across an affirmation today, which was changing our perspective of, you know, instead of I'm having to wait for the bus, it's I get the opportunity to wait for the bus, you know. So it's that thing about being grateful. It's having gratitude for your existence, because we never know what we're going to come up against. We never know what's going to challenge us.
We have just been joined by Sister Helen Favon Serrano. Welcome to Inner
Lovely.
Space, Sister Helen.
Just came out of the lab.
Sister Helen, yeah, welcome.
Very good.
Hi. Yeah, continue, brother.
Yes,
Hello.
brother.
Sister.
I'm just listening.
Well, I just was reflecting on connectedness. We just saw a very, very beautiful golden drop about our beautiful world, and it went through a series of very lovely words and images that were about softness and, you know, the beauty in nature, and then our connection with those things. And so, and my thought on that simply is just what's happening in our inner world. What are we connected to in ourselves, moment by moment, day by day, and the question is, how do I get connected in order to receive that nourishment?
The question is, what exactly is your experience of divine nourishment?
Okay, I'm quite dependent on my imagination and visualization in all my connections with God and with the world. And I know when I am connected because I experience peace. I experience love from the divine. And it's my only source of it's my effort of knowing that I am connected when I am happy and peaceful, and when I feel that I'm healthy. You don't have to be healthy to feel healthy. Doesn't matter if it is 10 seconds being healthy, 1 hour being healthy, for as long as you feel that you're healthy. You know, sometimes you you know that you have some ailments, but when I focus on my ailments, my sickness, I feel sick. But when I connect with God, I'm well. I mean, that's basically the power of imagination and visualization. That's the only source of relationship I have with a higher power, with the divine, with God. And my experiences in life always is based on, are based on that, on my relationship with with the world, with people around me. No? So I always depend on what I get from God. And the only way I can experience God is to feel God. Okay? Uh, Sometimes, without me knowing it, there are tears in my eyes, and I'm sure they are tears of happiness, no, of fulfillment. And I am really quite dependent on really imagining and visualizing everything for as long as it benefits me, for as long as my imagination benefits me, for as long as my visualization benefits me. I hope we do not underestimate the power of imagination and visualization. Everything is about visualization and imagination. No?
Sister Helen, will you share some thoughts with us?
Yes. First, apology for being late. A while ago, I was already trying to listen, but in the lab, we have poor Wi-Fi signal. I cannot get in. So anyway, with regards to divine, this is a very, very beautiful topic, divine nourishment. I would just like to compare it with um, some with our physical nourishment. As we all know, the body needs nourishment, and we get that from, as a living matter, we get that from the food, the macronutrients and micronutrients that we have every day as we eat. And then aside from that, our daily connection with one another, that's also a kind of nourishment. But in this spiritual nourishment with the source, it is really something that like Brother June said, it is really something that you feel, something that seemingly imagined, but actually I feel it's not an imagination. It's just that what's different with the physical aspect, you don't see it. But uh, what's important is the connection. In divine nourishment, we have all relationship with the divine. So we can have relationship of a beloved. And that's why every now and then you feel love from nowhere. Sometimes you're sad, but when you remember him, you feel a different kind of lightness and a loving feeling, something that's really beyond this world. And then our father can also be not only a parent, the father or mother, but also a good friend, a companion, somebody who will always be there with you. And that thing, that one, being a companion, is already a very, very uh, important nourishment as well. And then there is also this relationship of the three most important relationship aside from the father is being a teacher, someone who enlightens us with his knowledge. And finally, as a guide. A guide is somebody who, beyond more than a teacher, brings us to our proper perspective in life. And that's why many times, even when we are lost, nourishment as the divine source, as to the path, initial aim and objective of where we want to go, he will be able to bring us. And what's the place where we always want to go? It's really very simple. Happiness, right? Because this world is, as Brother Duncan said, and also Brother June, I was hearing a little bit every now and then. They were saying that the world is so corrupt and so a lot of problems. And so this is a world with limitless sorrow. And having this divine nourishment, this connection with all the relationship, especially as a guide, uh, we are able to go into the path that we would always want to be, and that's limitless happiness.
How very enlightening those words have been, Sister Helen.
That's
And
very true.
Brother Duncan, too. Yes. Actually, when we feel really, really alone, when we feel really, really sad, especially after we have gone a little bit astray, how can we be an instrument or a channel to divine nourishment? We weak little beings on this real world.
Well,
Brother,
we want to be an instrument to the divine, the divine nourishment. First thing first, we should be also divine, because there will be no connection if we are not divine. And the connections will be much easier if we are connecting to a divine, because we are also divine. That means we are pure, we connect to the pure ones. It's much easier also to connect. So uh, it is said that just like in the physical law, opposite poles attract. But in the spiritual law, opposite pole repel.
actually, brother.
No, opposite poles in the physical law attracts, right?
Yes.
But in spiritual law, same poles, magnetic poles attracts, right? Uh, Opposite pole repels, tama, right? No?
It's
Sorry,
like attraction.
I lost already my high school physics.
Physics.
What I mean is, you
Like
know, in
attract.
physical law, opposite pole attracts
It's,
and same pole
it's like the attraction. You know the law of attraction.
repels sa physical law. But in
Well,
spiritual law,
that's physics. But
same poles attracts. That means that if you're happy, you only attract people who are happy. If you are not happy, you will not, you don't want to be with people who are not also happy, right? Quite confusing, but my idea is we attract people who are like us, right? Same feathers,
Flock together.
yeah, go together, right? So we leave people who are, you feel that the vibration is not the same
Mhm.
as yours. No? Sabi nga, hindi tayo magka-vibes. But uh, for me, it's very important that you know, uh, we maintain our divinity. It's always beneficial to maintain all our divinity.
So we have to stay close to the divine.
Yeah.
We have to create an effort. And how do we do that? Constant practice makes perfect. But we can always try and try. Brother Duncan?
It's yeah. My view of it is that the metaphysical that we uh, experience in life, our inner world, our inner thoughts. It's as June said, being connected, staying divine. But what does that mean? It means something. It means something else than the physical world. The physical world is a reflection or an echo of what happens within us in many ways. So I think the aim is to be connected with the spiritual dimension by however means we get there. Some people, it will be going to church and being surrounded in that atmosphere. For other people, it will be meditating and having a mental focus. And, I think, June, what you were trying to say was like attract likes, like attracts like. And if we can gain the experience within ourselves of being, different to the physical experience, that's when the divine has an opportunity for us to connect with that current.
And going in. Yes, brother.
Well, you mentioned it, Tenzi, you said effort, but the great sages have always said, what is the secret to enlightenment? And the answer is attention, 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 attention. it's moment by moment to bring that imagination, that visualization always in front of us. So that's one way that we can be in that sphere, be in that realm.
And when we collect ourselves in meditation, we do give ourselves a chance to be connected to the divine. We're not joined in our studio by Sister Helen too. Sister, let's have our parting moments now.
Sorry, because I have reached home, so there's a change in the signal is not that strong, but that's it. I should share, is that? Okay.
Yes.
For me, the easiest way really to be able to share with others the nourishment is to remember who I am, my true self. Go back to my true self. That I am child of God, a soul with all the qualities of the Father: peace, purity, power, wisdom, and love. And this, when you are in this awareness or consciousness, you automatically is able to share that kind of vibrations. Like for the peace, you automatically will spread kind of vibration around you. So it's really, I think, the connectedness should really be there, and that awareness that who I am and who I belong to. If you always remember that, then what you do, what you say, and how you act, your attitude will somehow be in alignment with who you are, with who your Father is. And in that way, you are able to share the divine nourishment, even if they don't know the Father.
And all these beautiful thoughts have brought us to the time when we sit together in meditation. We're now ready for some announcements from Lady D.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We wish you to invite you for our midweek meditation. It happens every Wednesday, 12:30 to 1 p.m. And also, we wish you to invite us here at Inner Space on July 27. We have our special guest, which is Sister Denise Lawrence, with entitled of The Impact of Trauma in Personal and Relationship. Thank you and see you, everyone.
Thank you very much for having been with us this afternoon. Brother Duncan, Sister Helen Pabon Serrano, and
Thank you too. Thank you very much for inviting me.
see you in Barili on the 21st.
Yes, I had so much to do this week to make it all very nice for everyone.
So thank you for having been with us this afternoon. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Our appreciation to Brother June Luna and Brother Duncan Coleman, our guests,
Sister.
including Sister Helen Pavon Serrano. Thank you very much. And see you in Inner Space next week.